You were the good kid. You didn't argue. You didn't talk back. You did what you were told, even when it hurt. People praised you for it. Such a mature child. So easy to deal with. Why can't others be like you? And maybe part of you felt proud, but another part of you, quiet, invisible, was learning something else, something you still carry today. Why does saying no feel so uncomfortable? Why do you feel guilty just for resting? Why does your chest tighten when someone is even slightly disappointed in you? You did everything right, so why does it feel so wrong now? Imagine this, you're a child again. You're upset about something, maybe scared, maybe hurt, but instead of expressing it, you pause. Because you've learned something. If you stay quiet, things stay calm. If you don't react, no one gets upset. If you just behave, you'll be loved. So you swallow it. The anger, the sadness, the confusion. You smile instead. And people reward you for that smile. That's where it starts, not with trauma that looks obvious, not with chaos or violence, but with something quieter. You learned that love was conditional, not in words, but in patterns. You were loved when you were easy. You were accepted when you were quiet. You were praised when you needed nothing. And slowly, without realizing it, you started disconnecting from yourself. Here's the part most people never talk about. Being the good kid didn't just mean you behaved well. It meant you became hyper-aware. You learned to read the room before speaking. You learned to adjust your emotions to fit others. You learned that your needs come second, or maybe not at all, and that ability, that sensitivity, followed you into adulthood. Now you overthink every message before sending it. You replay conversations in your head. You feel responsible for other people's moods. If someone is distant, you assume it's your fault. If someone is upset, you try to fix it, even when it has nothing to do with you. Because deep down, you still believe your role is to keep everything okay. Pause for a second. When was the last time you expressed how you truly felt, without filtering it first? Not the safe version, not the softened version, the real one. That hesitation you feel right now, that's not random, that's conditioning. You weren't taught how to feel, you were taught how to manage other people's feelings. And here's where it gets heavier, because being the good kid often means no one noticed when you were struggling, you didn't cause problems, so no one checked if you had any. You didn't demand attention, so no one realized you needed it. You became invisible in your own pain, and when no one sees your pain, you start believing it doesn't matter, or worse, that you don't matter. As an adult, this shows up in ways that are easy to miss. You say yes when you want to say no. You stay in situations longer than you should. You feel uncomfortable asking for help. You might even feel guilty for having needs at all, because somewhere along the way you learned that being loved meant being low maintenance, easy, convenient. But here's the truth no one told you. Being good came at a cost. You lost your voice, you lost your boundaries, you lost the ability to choose yourself without guilt. And now, every time you try to change that, every time you try to speak up, set limits, or put yourself first, it feels wrong. Not because it is wrong, but because it's unfamiliar. Let's make this real. You're exhausted, but someone asks you for a favor. You hesitate. You think about saying no, but then that feeling hits, that tightness, that quiet pressure. What if they get upset? What if they think I'm selfish? So you say yes, again, even though you didn't want to, even though you needed rest. And afterward, you feel it, that quiet frustration, not at them, at yourself. This is the hidden trauma, not loud, not obvious, but deeply wired into how you live your life. It's the habit of abandoning yourself to be accepted by others. But here's the realization that changes everything. You weren't good because you were naturally easy. You were good because you adapted. You learned what kept you safe, what kept you loved, what kept the peace, and you became that version of yourself over and over again. Pause again. If you weren't trying to keep anyone happy, who would you be? What would you say? What would you stop doing? That version of you still exists. It's just been quiet for a long time. Healing from this doesn't mean becoming rebellious or cold or selfish. It means something much simpler. Learning that your needs are not a problem. Your voice is not dangerous. Your boundaries are not rejection. They are self-respect. And it will feel uncomfortable at first. You will second guess yourself. You will feel guilt. That's normal, because you're undoing years of conditioning. But slowly, you start pausing before saying yes. You start noticing what you actually feel. You start choosing honesty, even in small moments, and something shifts. Not all at once, but enough to feel it. You stop performing for love and start experiencing it. You were the good kid, but you were never meant to stay silent forever. And maybe it's time to hear your own voice again.